Welcome to some One Piece action. If you're new to the channel, please give us a subscribe. If you're a returning viewer and have not subscribed yet, please give us a subscribe. Definitely helps the channel grow. So this is our green yellow law deck. It focuses on essentially getting more cards in your hand and make sure you can establish a decent board, at least one that complements 8-drop Kid. We made some small changes, but nonetheless, it's pretty much the same as the last deck. Like you're not gonna see Restand Law. We felt like even though he gave extra aggression to the build, it was like the scenarios didn't really occur. The scenarios where you really would love to do such a thing just didn't really occur. So I was like, all right, well, let's put some Bonnies in there. More often than not, you're probably gonna have an opportunity to use Bonnie. Put some extra Drakes just in case. I forgot what else, because this is what you call it. My homie was like, maybe we should take out Searcher Bonnie, and that caught me off guard. But he was just like, listen, we use Luffy more often than not, and we have Carmel, so it's like, it is what it is. And I was like, okay, that is true, because I can safely say, I wonder why we went that route. Anyway, I can safely say that what you call it, yes, Luffy was the go-to bounce back card because it's a 1 Don card, so it just saved you on that Don, and you could just keep searching, and if you have to end your turn, he's not sideways, so just more efficient with this deck than Searcher Bonnie. So it makes sense. So I was like, okay, cool, let's roll with the dice. I kind of like the setup here. So we get the block. If it's a 4-drop, oh, well, we already know a shambles play, we're gonna be able to pop. So that's the benefit of X-Drake right there. We still have a 5-drop on the board, so literally we can either execute a shambles now or play something, then shambles, We don't have our 8-drop Kid yet, so we might see multiple Luffys hitting the board. Yeah, the name of the game is, of course, you get your 8-drop Kid. Okay, we got to see the cool pop play. You want to see Dag? Where is he? You want to see an 8-drop Kid, and you see how there he goes. That's crazy. That's crazy. We didn't even rearrange the cards to put them on top. That's crazy. Anyway, where am I now? Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, so you want to find 8-drop Kid. So this deck has a lovely ability to just keep adding cards to hand. So essentially, it's going to be very difficult to take 8-drop Kid off the board. I like that play. It's all about saving cards. It's all about saving cards. Resources. Resources is the name of this game. So, granted, even though technically this would have been a chance to play Kid, we were maxed. It would have maxed out our Don play. So I think 7-drop is better because he moves a Don to the leader. We will have 1 Don available to do whatever with, and it sets up a card. So, and then we can get the Luffy back in our hand, so that way we can try to find our 8-drop Kid. Oh, we could put up another blocker law. It's great. Yeah, it's better to get that Cavendish. Let's get that Cavendish active. Decisions. I feel like all these law decks have such combo plays. So I understand having to take a minute and think about what you can do. Now we have 3 active Don. Big boy swing. Oh, that's hilarious. Pull some cards out of their hand. Well, we chucked 1 Luffy for counter power. We just swung with 1 Luffy, so they are vulnerable. We got 1 in hand, and I think 1 got bottom decked. So essentially, we might not run into another Luffy. But if we were to start top decking our 8-drop kids, we're fine. We don't need it anymore. Yeah, look at the difference in this board. And for the most part, I think we essentially took our own life. That sounds crazy to say, right? But we do. I think most of the cards, or maybe all of them, was just due to our leader ability. What kind of play is this? $2K? Yep. That thing. Oh, he gave. Wait. That thing has rush? I'm low-key confused. Because that Sanji card. Oh, when you give it to. Okay. When you give it to Don, it gets rush. And if we KO it, he's going to be able to put another card on the board. So if we get rid of the Sanji, he draws. If we get rid of the Zoro, he gets another character on the board. Yeah. That this low-key is a benefit for this leader. We could YOLO with our leader ability. Like attach Don, swing, and then see what we get. Yeah, they see the board state. They don't. Oh. I thought we was gonna attach Don to Luffy and then bounce him, and that's how we get arrested Don. Is this a bait? I mean, we don't have to attack with our blocker. I know you're making it a much stronger attack. Oh. That would have been 11. Okay. If I counted correctly, that would have been 11. Because I'm like, we could just put all the Don on our leader, swing, and then swing with blocker. That's what I was thinking a second ago. I wonder how this matchup is. I mean, sure, we're gonna get 5 drops on the board, but you know, in the beginning, it's just gonna be pokes, right? Come on, usually, okay, they took. Usually you try to counter out to protect your life, being a 3 life leader. But I guess they can also play the game at 2 life. That's fine. Yeah, that main concern is just to ramp, turn on their leader ability, and then just, you know, high drop the rest of the game. Interesting that we also won that last game without 8-drop kids, so that's funny. Because essentially this build is for that character. So it's good to know the engine can sustain itself without the boss card. We don't have... Oh! Can you put at the bottom? Is it bottom or top? Or... Because I guess maybe we didn't do this the best way possible. End the turn, I guess. Yep. Okay, so I guess that was a bit of a fumble, maybe. I don't know. That might have been a fumble, but now we have the character count on the board. We have it set up to where if we get Blocker Law on the board, we can Shambles Carmel and get another draw. Low key, we could have bounced the Bonnie technically and then just got the Law on the board and then Shambles the Carmel. But I get it. We wanted to keep the Bonnie on the board so that way we could have another blocker. So if the sequence was done in a different order, then it probably would have been better. Hey, no shame if you take it. I understand the circumstances. That's hilarious. Seven drop. That's good. That's good. So that definitely comes off the board now. And freeze. Nice play. Slows down their offense. It's going to give us an opportunity to attack their board. Oh, that kind of does suck. We don't have a blocker in play. So it looks like we're going to have to take that one. I am curious, what is the answer after this? Oh, we're counting it out. Yeah, I'm like, that's a little too heavy. Because that's a 10K. So we don't play 9-drop Shanks. But we have another Bonnie. So a Bonnie can definitely freeze, slow things down. But I can see that we want some sort of defense on this board at the moment. It's crazy how one little change in the play would make the board state so different. If our sequence earlier was ordered differently, I think the Luffy player should save that. Yep. I was like, it's debatable. It's debatable when it comes to the life, but the board pressure right now, that presence, you're gonna want to keep attacking. But he gave us two 2Ks, right? So I think that was two 2Ks. So that's kind of telling. Yeah, it doesn't feel safe to play the 8-drop yet. That's a nice play. You could still play a searcher or whatever. Well, I'll say this. Bouncing Bonnie back again to play Bonnie, but to freeze if this goes and he's freezing Luffy, that's a great play. That's a great play. Yup. Freeze. Perfect. Now it is scary, but we got two blockers. So our fear is what, Diablo Jambe? That would suck. Yeah, we gotta sort this hand. Let it be known like what has to hit the board. It's gonna have to be these Bonnies. And we have plenty of Dawn too. So we can to really slow this game down. We can Bonnie, we can establish another blocker. Oh, that's scary. But you don't have the ability to attack twice right now. We only got one 2K. I mean, to me, it tells me he needs it off the board. It tells me that he would rather let this game go another turn, that he's not comfortable or confident that he can survive if he goes for game. But I can tell you right now, man, that would have been scary if he had the ability to swing twice. Right? That's what that card does, right? It restands if you return 2 active Don. Okay. I do feel like this is the part where you have to think that, hey, is that Rush Zoro online? You have to have less life, right? That would have been, would that have been, no, maybe not. I respect it. I respect it. Because if they was the counter, you could just put 1 Don, they take, the rest of the Don goes on Bonnie, go for game. That was nuts. Yo, Bonnie is earning her place, the 5-drop is earning her place in this deck. Man, okay, that makes more sense, right? Like, really establish board presence and really helps with scenarios. Shambles her out, freeze that card. You know, shambles X-Drake out, pop that card if it's available, you know? So that's good. Yeah, because that was the trouble we was having with Restand Law. It was just the scenarios didn't really present themselves. So that was the only problem. It's like, do we really want to do this? This seems extra for minimal reward. I love to see that you can be my samurai. The amount of cards you can get off of that play is nuts. Shambles. Now we got 2 Don again. We could just play and draw. Delicious. I also like the events. That's been my motto, is to play more events, especially the defensive events. So this deck, mechanically wise, I don't know what happened there. Mechanically and then mechanic wise, it's gonna be at 0 life. You're going to do that. You're going to put yourself at 0 just playing the deck as is. So it's like, hey, it's best to just operate those events that let you draw when you're at 0. Is defense. Hopefully 8-drop kid is on the board when you're doing this, and it helps maintain your hand size for, oh, speak of the devil, 8-drop kid. And they got more life, so we do have a Rush Zoro. Now it's the attack sequence. Like, in what order do we want to do this? And that's another thing. Are we gonna do this blindly? I'm curious. You want to give us 2? It just look funny. Keep double taking to the card. It feels like if they didn't want to give us 2, they probably don't want to give us 2 as well with this. So probably could have saved us a Don. Oh my god, that's ballsy. Well, it's a weird incentive. It's like, hey, do you want to go for my life right now as you can, or go for my board? They're going for life. So they're like, we're not taking that bait. Oh, are we rushing ourselves to 0? That's kind of scary. I think that Makino is just setting up for another offensive play. I think that's what that's really about. We're at 8. It is a good time to... I love getting value out of that Carmel. That's fantastic. It is a good time for a 7-drop law, in my opinion. Oh, and we got the X Drake technically. That X Drake can rest something. So, oh, we're doing that? Okay, we're going with the Bonnie for defense. Ah, man. I would have loved to see the X Drake go on top, have it rest, bounce like the Carmel, rest one of his characters that we feel is the bigger threat, and then just swing on it. But this is good too. Now they are at 2 life, and our board state is a threat. They have to respond to it. They don't have a 1-drop to take advantage of their Makino. And they're probably not going to want to swing with that chopper blocker. Swinging with that chopper blocker just really increases the odds of us going for game next turn. Wow, they swung for 8. We took. They ended. Yeah, see, they need that blocker on the board. And then we got another event. Okay, so we're answering their board. I'm surprised we didn't just start everything going to face, but I can understand it as well. Now they got 2 chopper blockers on the board. If we was to even dare put an 8-drop kid on the board, essentially they're going to melt that power. That's a lot of Dawn becoming available now. You know he's scared. Okay, there's no way we ain't got game next turn. There's no way. We got too much. We got too much going for us. That's the other beauty of this leader. Even though it's a risk reward, even though we're losing life cards, we're kind of pushing the board. You know, it's cheap to play a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and then you're cheating out 5 drops essentially. So your board just gets much beefier. So are we trying to like make it easier to get to 0 so we can play our events? I think that's low-key what we're doing. But those events are going to have to see play if he tries to take the board away, which is something he should have been doing, but he probably also feels like there's less hope of taking the board away, so let me put the opponent near lethal. Okay, so he went for it. Yeah, just give the 2K, call it a day. Oh, okay, I low-key think I know, just in case if there's a rush Luffy play. Well, GG. Thanks for watching.